Hey guys, welcome to my 5 months with immediate dentures. And so 5 months with immediate dentures, what has it been like? How are things going? And what can you expect? So of course everybody's going to have a different experience. Quick rundown of what I went through. I made a list here so I didn't forget what exactly I dealt with. So week 1, of course, I had my 24 teeth extracted back in early January. No sedation, just some relaxation pill, as they call it. And that first week was a struggle. A lot of pain, a lot of swelling, and a whole new experience. Week 2 is when I started noticing I had bone spurs. Bone spurs were pretty painful. They were keeping my lower denture from going in place, and that was a real hassle. Week 3, I had to have Avioplasty, if I pronounce that right. Basically what that is they have to cut the gums open and smooth out your jaw. So I had to have 2 parts of my inner jaw on my lower side, had those parts smoothed out, had to get 18 stitches. It was a very painful experience. I actually think that was more painful than my extractions. I don't know if it's because I was more medicated with my 24 teeth extracted and more numb, but it was a really painful experience. So that was my first month. My second month, I was finally wearing my lower denture. I started to learn to talk with my lower denture, get used to that talking and trying to not slur. I was still dealing with excess saliva, which you will deal with at the beginning because your mouth is not used to having these foreign objects in there. So it produces excess saliva, and that is kind of an annoying thing. You're constantly swallowing to get rid of that saliva. It's kind of a weird thing, but it does eventually go away. My upper gums at that point were fairly healed. I had some more bone spurs that I did remove and dealt with. My lower gums were still pretty raw and sore from the Avioplasty, but things were getting better. I was eating fairly normal. So during month 3, I dealt with a lot of loose denture issues. So my upper dentures were so loose from all the gum shrinking. Because they were so loose, I had to do a multiple layer adhesive Fixodent paste with a C-bond wafer on top of it, and then some more Fixodent paste on top of that. That was creating a gap filler, almost like a soft Reline, but not really. But it was just filling in the gap to allow my upper denture to fit better. Towards the end of that 3rd month, I did have my second soft Reline, and then the fit was amazing. So in the 4th month, I had to have my dentures remade. So when I went in for that second soft Reline, it was fitting better, but the alignment wasn't correct. So I went in on the first week of my 4th month, and they looked at my dentures and found out they weren't made correctly, and the alignment of my teeth were not correct. They just weren't aligning properly, and I was having a gap in the front here. I'll actually show a picture here of how my dentures look before and now. So I had to have my dentures remade, which I was really happy about because your immediate dentures are not a great fit, obviously, because they were made around your existing teeth. So now that my gums are fairly healed and I was getting a new set of temporary dentures made, they would fit a lot better, and they fit amazing. So now they hold all day. Before, I was having to reapply adhesive on my lower denture around dinner time to get a better fit because they were popping loose during my dinner meal. So then here in the 4th month is when I finally started to feel normal with my dentures. I was talking 10 times better. They were fitting so much better. I was to the point to where the dentures felt like a part of me, if you understand what I'm saying. I didn't feel like I had this big, bulky thing in my mouth anymore. I felt more like, hey, I have my teeth. I mean, it was pretty normal. I could go and not realize that I had my dentures in. Things were just getting so much better. And that might have part been because I had those dentures remade. So there was no soft Reline material in there to make them big and bulky. They were a better fit around my gums, and they were just holding better. So that made my life a lot easier. Now I am in month 5. Month 5 has went great. So I've learned more about using adhesive. Before, when I would apply adhesive, I was applying way too much. And it's because I just didn't know. And this is what I'm trying to help you guys out there, whether you're new at dentures or if you've had them for a while, is you need very little adhesive. I use Fixodent Ultra Hold Max Hold, whatever you call it. And so on the back of their tube, it shows here to use a size of adhesive about that long. And actually, I think that's too much. So what I do for my dentures is, for my upper denture, I use pea-size spots of adhesive. I'll take my denture and I'll put one pea size on the right side, one in the front, one on the left side, and one on the palate. And then I'll take a Q-tip and evenly spread it a very thin, light layer. I mean, it's really thin, very little. And so that makes it fit a lot better. There's not excess adhesive oozing out of the side of your denture, which is very annoying. So because you're using very little adhesive, your adhesive will harden or dry faster, so it cures a lot faster. The thicker you have it, the longer it takes to get that grip. If you ever use super glue, which most people have, if you notice, if you use a little drop, it hardens fairly quickly. But if you put a big glob on there, it takes a while to harden because there is a lot there that needs a cure. And so that's sort of the same thing you have with that adhesive. So it needs very little to set very quickly. And I only let it sit for 15-20 minutes before I eat my meal. And then when removing my dentures, it does not take long at all. Because you use very little adhesive, there's very little to go on your gums. A lot of it sticks to the dentures, and the parts that are stuck to my gums, I get off with hot water. Now, when your gums are still healing, I was using just a cup of hot water, rinsing out, doing the best I could. Now that my gums are completely healed, what I'll do is I'll take my denture brush that has the soft bristles, run it under hot water. Because when you try to just pour hot water in your mouth, it's kind of difficult. But when I run the brush under hot water and it's not filling my whole mouth with that hot water, I will be able to scrub those spots where the adhesive is and get it off very easily. So that's a nice thing to have, is being able to remove that adhesive. When I was using too much adhesive and my gums were still healing, my nighttime cleaning routine was 15-20 minutes, just getting all the adhesive off my gums and cleaning it out and all that. And now I can do it in 5 minutes tops. So it's not bad at all. I just went yesterday and got my next soft Reline. So it's now June 2nd. My birthday's in 4 days, June 6th. But I got my next soft Reline, and I thought this was my last soft Reline. It was supposed to be. And so in 8 weeks, I was supposed to go back for my permanents. But because my Avioplasty and everything, they want to do one more soft Reline. So instead of getting my permanents at 8 months, I'll be getting my permanents at about 10 months, which I am very happy with, because the longer you wait for your gums to heal and to get your permanents, the better it fit. If you get your permanents too soon, they'll fit great. But if your gums are still healing, after a little while, they'll become loose again. And then you'll need to have a soft Reline done, whether you have your dentist do it or whether you get one of the kids offline, whether it's cushion grip, Densurefit, or Reline it. So it's best to wait as long as possible to get your permanents. That way you have a much better fit. But I want to thank you for watching this video. I appreciate if you watch the whole thing through. I really do appreciate all my subscribers. I'm now over 400 subscribers, and I'm getting quite a bit of views, comments. I love answering your guys' comments. If you have any questions or concerns, just leave a comment below and I'll respond to them. I have no problem if you're asking multiple questions. I really do like helping people out there, because I'm only 5 months into it, but I've learned a lot, and I'd like to help other people out, because I know you have a lot of questions and concerns about your process of whether you're getting it done soon or you just had it done, you don't know what to do, or is this normal? It's a nice thing to be able to help others, and that's why I made this channel, to give out information and to help others as much as I can. So thanks for watching. Please give me a like, follow if you're not, and you guys have a good day.